Sorry. Come on. There we go. Boom. All right. Jazz fingers. We're good. We're coming. We're here. We're gonna make some mead very shortly. Right after these announcements. You like that? Perfect. We're perfect. We're perfect. We're perfect now. Welcome to the old God's meeting. It's gonna be fine. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to the old God's Meadery. Should be a fun one. We're going to be starting a brand new batch of mead here in a little while. T minus 15 minutes. And it's going to be awesome. Hopefully Couch Potato will jump it. So hopefully, we'll see. I know he liked my post up a couple hours ago. So hopefully he'll be here and then we'll get started. But if you're not him, welcome to the old God's Meadery. We are going to be starting a brand new batch of mead tonight. Chosen by a TikTok subscriber. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, I can't wait. The whole process will take less than 10 minutes. I'm going to get started about 9 o'clock. We'll call it 9 o'clock exactly. And yeah, it'll take less than 10 minutes, but don't worry. I'll rearrange the camera and we'll chit chat for a few more minutes after that. You found me. I found you. Saber Moon, good evening. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Don't forget to hit like, comment, share. You know the routine. Anything that gets the algorithm going. Hello, 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 hello. We got plenty of time for everybody to jump on. But go ahead and share it just in case anybody forgot. Don't forget to hit the like button as many times as you can until your fingers are tired, preferably. And then switch to a different finger. That's the way it should go. Whatever gets the algorithm going, and comment as much as you can. Especially when we're actually making the mead. That's the best part to comment, because then I'm not reading our comments. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Doesn't make a difference. Make fun of me, that's fine. Oldest champagne. I don't have any champagnes. 0. That was a YouTube question. All right. There we go. Computer's up and running, and yeah, we're just gonna get started. If you don't know, Viking's blood, it's all right. It's all right. It's not. I wouldn't say it's the best. It's all right though. Commercially, it's one of the most readily available for people that can't get it, especially if you live out in the middle of nowhere. It is the easiest one to get at your local liquor stores. And if you don't know what it is, there's a company called Dankst, Danks. SK, I don't remember, out of Denmark. And they make meads, there's a couple really cool things about them. I think they have 5 major flavors. They're in ceramic bottles. All of them are different colors. And they're beautiful. They're beautiful. They have little Nordic runes around them. And the other cool thing is all the recipes are from the 1700s. So that's really cool. They make really authentic stuff. And one of them is Viking blood. It's probably the most common out of the 5, or the most popular, I should say, which is a hibiscus and ginger mead. If you pour it out, it's not clear. It's not clear, but you'll love it anyway. So yeah, I definitely suggest trying it. It's, like I said, one of the most readily available meads you can get out there commercially. They do not ship though. Obviously, they're across the sea. So you'll have to find a liquor store that will ship it for you. Total Wine, if you have a Total Wine close to you, they're a great place to get it. They have all 5 flavors, I think, too. Danks. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery, where I make mead every single week, every single Saturday. I come out with a brand new batch of mead. I never miss Saturdays, and I never replicate recipes. Every single one is brand new. Batch 139 comes out this Saturday for Halloween. Your Halloween batch of mead. I'm incredibly excited to show you. I can't wait. In addition to that, every single Wednesday, I go live right now to show you a different step of my mead making process live. Tonight, we're going to be starting a brand new batch chosen by a TikTok subscriber, Couch Potato. And hopefully he shows up. He or she shows up. I'm actually not sure. I'm assuming guy. And we'll get started. About 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so you got about 10 minutes to tell all your friends to get out. If you want to learn how to make mead, I'm a great place to start. And I follow lots of amazing mead makers, as some of them will be in the comments on the TikTok side this evening. Mentors of mine, if you will. What? Who started it? Who started it? Mayhem? Who started it? We have topped the worst mead of all time. Just last Wednesday. If you didn't see it, I reposted it this weekend. Go back and watch. Probably the worst mead I've ever made. Go back and watch it. If you're familiar with Maryland, they love them some Old Bay and some crabs. I made an Old Bay mead, requested by my good buddy Scotty B, and it was the grossest mead ever. Grossest mead ever. If you've ever had Old Bay, it's all right. It's like it's a seafood seasoning. There's a lot going on in it. A lot going on everywhere. Yeah, it tasted like a liquid form of that, but it was sweet. I wanted to gag. I wanted to vomit on camera. I didn't. Go back and watch it. Yeah. I think I even took 2 sips. It took a lot of power to get the second one down. Never again. It makes my stomach hurt thinking about it and talking about it. So we're not going to... You have to go back and watch it. I'm not saying anything else about it. Anyway. Hello, welcome. If you don't know what mead is, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence is actually from Africa. That came out this year. If you Google it, you still have to kind of correct things. Over 20,000 years ago in the southern African region. There's also evidence, and before that we thought it was in China about 10,000 years ago. But there's also evidence in ancient Central America, and of course Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else, even though they were much later. But what that means is regardless of who you are or where you're from, your ancestors drank mead, and I think that's one of the most awesome attributes you have. And I'm proud of your ancestors. All you have to do to be as cool as them, start making your own. It's going to be great for your friends and family. They're going to be really impressed. They're going to think like you're some kind of magician or wizard. And it's going to be perfect if the barter system ever comes back and sets into place after the apocalypse. You will be able to trade alcohol for pretty much anything. It's going to be highly valued in the barter system, and you'll be set. So follow along, make your own at home. It's incredibly easy. I show you exactly how to do it every single Saturday. My videos are usually just under 7 minutes. It shows you from beginning to end every single part of the process, including bottling it and tasting it. And every single recipe is absolutely free. I charge for none of it. It's in the description in all the videos, and the step-by-step instructions are there as well. And then Wednesdays, I go live to show you different stuff of the mead making process. Because it's live, you're going to have to just write down the recipe as I tell you what it is tonight, which I still haven't revealed. You'll see it in 7 minutes-ish. But it's going to be fun. I can't wait to show you. And it's gonna be really simplistic, and I think it's gonna be awesome. But mead, by definition, is made in a very similar fashion as wine, except we use honey for the fermentation process instead of grapes or other fruits. The actual specific scientific definition is the sugar source has to be 51% or more honey sourced. So you'll see several combinations of them in front of you, but the combinations are endless. I make a brand new batch every single Saturday. I never replicate recipes. Every single one is brand new. 139 comes out this Saturday. Your Halloween batch. I make mead in 3 major categories right now. My schedule switches up every year or two, but right now we're doing Norse batches, which I've had a lot of fun with. We did Freya, we did a Freyr, we did a Boulder Mead. We've had a lot of fun, and I've got a bunch more awesome ones in the pipeline. So if you're interested in Norse mythology, I spend a lot of time learning what I can to try to inspire me to make a mead to focus on a god or goddess. And then I share that information and then make the mead. So stay tuned. I've got one right around the corner that I think you're going to love. Or I make pop culture meads, which I've also had a tremendous amount of fun with. My most favorite one was actually chosen by Dennis, who's here tonight. The Thundercats mead. If you don't know what Thundercats are, you probably are too young to drink anyway. Thundercats, the best cartoon of all time. And I made a Space Rations and Burble Fruit mead. Fantastic. You don't know what burble fruit is? Gotta go back and watch the video. And then lastly, I make holiday meads. Every major holiday I come out with an awesome mead. I love it. It's the best show of all time. Started that with my peach mead I made for New Year's. Then I did a Valentine's Day mead, St. Patrick's Day mead, Cinco de Mayo mead, a Mother's Day mead, a Father's Day mead, a Easter mead, a Labor Day mead, a 4th of July mead, a Leif Erikson mead, and then this Saturday is your Halloween mead. So stay tuned. Lots more great, awesome holiday meads coming your way. And the Halloween one, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I had a lot of fun making it. It's very simplistic. It's right up the alley of Halloween. You can make it for next year. It's going to be perfect, though. It's going to be a perfect one. And I can't wait to show you. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Countdown about 4 minutes from now, we're going to get started. I'm going to rearrange the camera so it's a little bit more central. You guys can see what's going on. Obviously, then the flavor will be revealed. Has Couch Potato joined yet? I hope. I hope he jumps in. He will be getting a bottle of this mead for subscribing to my TikTok and suggesting this amazing flavor. So I'm going to tag him in every video that applies, including the recap of this one. In a few weeks, we'll be back with this mead, racking it, which is the step number 2, which is I transfer it from its initial primary vessel to its secondary vessel. And then in a few months, we will do another video, another live, where we're bottling it and trying it live on camera. And then I'll ship them a bottle of it. It's that simple. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. As you can tell, I'm very excited about it. If you're just jumping in, let me know where you're from. I'd love to learn everything about you. Probably won't tonight, but we can start our friendship today. And then when we get started, as we're getting a little bit closer, my favor, comment as much as you can. Help the algorithm out. Hit like as many times as you can. I'm going to pull the camera a little bit further away, so I won't be reading the comments. I'm just going to be going through the step-by-step instructions, and then a few of my obvious commercials to advertise what I do. It's very simplistic, though. Pay attention. You can replicate this yourself. It's 10 minutes or less. And then afterwards, I'm going to say goodbye like you're not there. That's for the future you watching the replay. The real you that's here now, just wait. I'm going to rearrange the camera back to where it is, and we'll chit-chat for a little while longer before I go Betty-bop and have to get up for work tomorrow. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, lots of great meads. I am working on April of next year. That's where I am planning wise, and I'm not far behind that in actual like batches going. So stay tuned. Lots of dozens of great meads. Like I said, batch 139 comes out this Saturday. Every single one has been unique. Every single one is brand new. So it'll be fun. I've been here. I've been here the whole time. I've never missed a Saturday. Every single Saturday since I started this account, I've put up a brand new mead. That includes vacations. That even includes the emergency trip I had to take the tail end of last year. I did it. I did it because I love you, and I want to stay consistent, and I want you to be able to rely on me. So I did it. Stay tuned. All right, guys. It's 9 o'clock. Got to refresh this just so I have something to keep me going during it. This is actually a rye whiskey, which I'm not a big fan of. It's left over from the mead I made last week. This is from Baltimore. It is their Baltimore Ravens limited edition one. Not a fan. Not a fan. Whiskey's okay, though. Not going to lie. All right, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's rearrange the camera and then argue if it's straight or not. Couch Potato, I hope he jumps on. If he doesn't, I will tag him in the replay like I said, so he could definitely see it by then. We good? It's crooked. Gotta give me a second. To the left. I don't know which one the left is, but we're not looking for perfection here. It's perfect for you. All right, I trust you, Lewis. We're doing it right there. I'll probably hate it as soon as I get to this side, but it's gonna be too late. All right, I like it. It's perfect. It's perfect. Stop. All right. Like I said, I'm just gonna ramble the whole time. Please feel free to talk to yourselves, and then stay tuned. After I say goodbye, don't go anywhere. Gotta move the camera around. Don't forget to like as many times as you can while we're going, and comment as many times as you want. As many times as Dennis tells you to. Dennis is in charge while I'm gone. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Tonight we're making a very awesome flavored batch that I am incredibly excited for. I've actually never made this, and it seems so simplistic and so obvious. Suggested by my buddy Couch Potato on the TikTok side. We're going to do a kiwi strawberry mead, and it's going to be the most delicious mead ever. That might be a stretch. That's my prediction at the beginning. Before we get started, there's two things I did behind the scenes. Actually, three. The first thing, everything you see that's going to touch my meat in any portion of the process tonight has been sanitized. It's an incredibly important step when you're mead making, because there's a lot of things that like to grow in the same environment as yeast, and we don't want any of it. We just want the yeast to grow. So everything was sanitized. I also measured out exactly 3 pounds of honey in this pot here. That's just a little time consuming, so I wanted to do that before we got started. And then lastly, this is actually 3 pounds of strawberries that I bought frozen in a bag. I let them defrost since last night, so they're nice and gooey. And then I cut up nine kiwis, perfectly sliced, as you see. I didn't even leave any of the skin on. I took my time. So that's your exact recipe. So before we get any further into it, I am going to add about half a gallon of water to our honey here. Now the point of adding water here is we're going to warm the honey up just slightly so it dissolves a little bit faster. But we're going to start with this because it's a little bit of a time-consuming thing for it to warm up. This is a tabletop convention stovetop thing here. You know, one of those things you need the fancy pot for. Whatever they're called. It's awesome, though. So we're going to get that going, and we're going to keep stirring that. And like I said, all we're going to do is warm the honey up till it dissolves. We're not looking to boil it or sanitize it in any kind of way with heat. As a matter of fact, we don't want that. The yeast does have a temperature tolerance, and we don't want to breach that because it will kill the yeast on contact if we do. But while we're waiting for that to warm up, I'm going to go ahead and dump, like I said, 3 pounds of frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature strawberries, 9 kiwis. That's going to be the magic. Into our bucket. This is a 2-gallon fermenting bucket. You can make mead in lots of different vessels. This is my #1 recommended way to do it. This is a 2-gallon fermenting bucket. We're going to make a 1-gallon batch, but 2 gallons is perfect. It allows you to add in lots of fruits or other ingredients. It also gives plenty of room for the yeast to expand and do whatever it needs to. And most importantly, my favorite part, they're incredibly easy to clean. It's a bucket. You can even do that like in the bathtub. It's incredibly clean. We're going to add in the other ½ gallon of water to that. So now we counted for an entire gallon of water. And as you see, that fruit actually displaced a lot of it already. We're up here, but again, plenty of room. Don't worry. We're going to stir this honey until, like I said, it dissolves completely into this water. It's not a necessary step. I would say it's a pretty common step for mead makers, though. You always try to warm the honey up a little bit. It dissolves faster. You can add the honey straight in, and it'll dissolve over time. The heat will actually give the yeast a good running start as well, though. Put it in a nice, good temperature. I'm aiming for about 75 degrees. About. Just enough. But while we stir, if you're brand new to mead, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. Far older than beer, far older than wine, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence is from Africa over 20,000 years ago. There's also evidence in ancient China over 10,000 years ago, Central America, and of course Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, where it's, you've probably heard mead from a Viking standpoint, but they definitely did better than everybody else. That's subjective. The rest of it is absolutely true. But what that means is regardless of who you are or where you're from, anywhere on the planet, somewhere down your lineage, your ancestors drank mead. And that's something we have in common. And if the world needs anything right now, it's more things in common. All right, we are just about there. We're going to go ahead and shut this guy off, and I'm going to unplug it. Stop that fan. And now we're going to combine the two. You see, this is just liquid honey water now. Move this guy out of their way. Recenter this. And here's where the magic happens. This is yeast. This is about 5 grams worth in these little wine packets. This is D47, which is a semi-sweet yeast. The yeast largely determines what kind of flavor you're going to get out, so definitely do your yeast research before you start. I'm only going to add in about 2.5 grams. As you see, I didn't measure it. About half of one of these packets will do. It doesn't hurt for you to dump the whole packet in if you want to. It also won't really help you much either. The yeast will continue to reproduce and continue to eat sugars until one of two things happens. One, it runs out of sugars, which is usually not very likely. Or two, it hits its alcohol tolerance, which means whatever the alcohol level is, the yeast can no longer reproduce. So that's usually what the case is. This yeast will produce somewhere between 13 and 15% alcohol. And then we're going to add in, lastly, about a ½ teaspoon of yeast nutrient. It's like a little sodium-based nutrient, just to make your yeast happy. All right, now we're going to seal her up. This is a fermenting bucket lid. It's got that little hole in there with that grommet, and we're going to rubber hammer it down. Seal her up. Make sure it's nice and tight. Put your thumb over. Make sure your thumb's clean. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Make sure your thumb's clean. Put it over the hole. Shake her up. We're just going to mix everything up in there and get a nice, good mix. You can get a little splat there. That's what paper towels are for. And then lastly, we're going to add in our airlock. This is a 3-piece airlock. These are what I prefer. Again, Really easy to clean and sanitize, as opposed to your very traditional S-shaped airlocks that you've probably seen out there. This guy fits right in that grommet. This center part goes right over that straw, and we're going to fill this about halfway full of water. When that yeast starts eating those sugars in the fruits and honey, it will produce two things. One, carbon dioxide, which will come out that straw, down through the water and out into the environment. And two, alcohol, which will retain into the bucket. So I'll see you in a few weeks. Come back. We're going to take this mead. I will make sure and tag Couch Potato for suggesting this in that video as well. And we're going to rack it. We're going to transfer it from this 2-gallon fermenting bucket to our 1-gallon glass carboy. Mostly to separate it from all the solids in there and all the dead yeast. And there it'll sit for a few months where it clarifies. So I'll explain all that as we get there. But it was that easy. If you just let this sit for a few weeks, you could drink it as is. It's going to be a little gross, but it'll make you feel good. The alcohol will be up and ready in a few weeks. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Every single Saturday I come out with a brand new batch. So come back every single Saturday. This Saturday is my Halloween batch. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then every Wednesday I go live to show you a different step of this mead making process live. So come back next Wednesday, and every Wednesday we're going to have a lot of fun. And if you're live here right now, stay tuned. We're going to rearrange the camera and have a little bit of fun. If you're watching the replay, be here next Wednesday. I'll put an event up right away so you can register, so to send you a reminder. So thank you so much for letting me be here. I'll see you guys all real soon. Did Couch Potato come on? Please tell me he came on. It is his mead. If not, we'll just have to, like, you know, tag him in there. That was it. That was it. That's easy. If you are brand new to mead making, it is literally that easy. We did it. We did it. And it's going to be incredibly delicious. Didn't see him. That's all right. I will tag him. I'll clip that portion of the video. Well, I'll tag him in it. I'm going to get up earlier this time. Hopefully by tomorrow. Tomorrow evening. We'll see. The hops and hibiscus. Are you guys talking about the Viking blood mead again? Whew, that was fun. The kiwi strawberry. It seems like such an obvious idea, right? Obvious. Never done it before. Never done it. I've done strawberry. I think I've done strawberry with a couple other things. But never strawberry kiwi. It's got to be awesome. It has to be. My only worry with this one, and because I've never done it before, is the strawberry might be overpowering. That's why I added in like 9 kiwis. I felt like 9 was a little excessive, but I figured if I get a stronger kiwi than strawberry, it's a win. Because I'm worried about the strawberries being a little overpowering. I even thought about putting in like half as much, but you know, what can you do? Strawberry vanilla bean. You should definitely subscribe and suggest that next time. I hope the kiwi overpowers. I'm a little nervous. Kiwis and strawberries are actually in the same family. Like, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. West Coast checking in. Having a blast, I assume. Oh. Look at you guys. I love you. Dennis, I know a lot of that was you, but you were in charge, so thank you so much. That's fantastic. I don't know what those do, but it definitely helps get it into the algorithm, so. Why would you go to LA? Woo! That was fun though. What a fun a batch to make. I really think this one's going to come out really amazing. Really amazing. I'm excited. Very excited. I'm so sad though that Couch Potato didn't make it here. I mean, you can't. Family first. Family first. They should move though. Move out here. So it was 9 kiwis and 3 pounds of frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature strawberries. I did lose a little bit of the juice just due to some spillage. So it's probably like 2.75 pounds-ish. 10K. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I don't know where my life would be without you. I don't know. Well, this kind of yeast should eat most of those sugars, so I expect some kind of semi-sweet mead out of this one. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. I only have, I think, 1 or 2 of these packets left of the D47, and then I'm actually going to switch back over to my EC1118, which is a drier yeast, and that will definitely eat sugars. I'll get a much higher alcohol content, but I will get less sweetness out of those batches. 3 pounds of honey per gallon. So yeah, the whole recipe: 1 gallon water, 3 pounds of honey, 3 pounds of frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature strawberries, 9 kiwis sliced, 2.5 grams of yeast. This one is D47, and then 2 grams of yeast nutrient. No, I took 2 sips in that one, and I'm not taking any more. I mean, I have 2 bottles of that sealed that I'm gonna try to get to Scotty B and see if I can talk him into making a review video of it, because it's his fault. I'm not gonna be back sweetening anything. No sir, no sir. Back sweetening hydrometers for the birds. It's for the birds. That's for you guys. You really like complicated and advanced mead makers, as I like to say. I'm a simple guy. I'm a simple guy. The pizza, like, I think, I mean, I will say, I can't say the pizza, I can't say that the Old Bay was worse than the pizza. What I can say is the pizza was so long ago and the Old Bay was so recent, it is my current worst batch I've tasted, because memory, I still taste it. Still taste it. The pizza meat, I just remember tasting it. This one I still feel. I feel it, like here, in my heart, and I hate it. Don't like it. I don't think it kills the flavors at all. I think, in a weird way, it highlights them. It's drier though. Like, you're definitely gonna lose a lot of sweetness. Yeah, I still feel it. Although in my heart it's good because it's moved up. It was in my gut, like right below your belly. That's where it was. And then it went to my belly for like a week. And now it's in my heart, right here. And it's spreading, like, I don't know. You know, like venom, like just the black. That's what it's doing to my heart right now. Yeah, I will be, so the way this one will work, these live batches, in probably 3 weeks. Maybe 2, maybe 4, but probably 3. I will do another live on a Wednesday, racking this one. And then probably in about 4 months after that, I know it's a big gap, I will be doing another one. I still got to work out all the math, because I'm still kind of playing whether I go 6 or 8 carboys. I have it, like, on my to-do list of things to do, but so it's a little bit more predictable. suggesting a dozen things increases your chances. I will not hold myself to not repeating awesome people. So if you have 2 or 3 or 10 awesome back-to-back suggestions, I will make you 10 batches in a row. You just gotta be better than everybody else. That's the rule. Hello, good evening. This one was between 1 and 2. I'm not going to tell you what the other one is because I'm parking the second one that I think will be suggested again. Anyway, but this one was literally check the first store, no kiwis. So I'm like, all right, we might have to go with my second suggestion. But I found kiwis at a second store, and we're good to go. Orange vanilla. I mean, orange in anything. And then I would go as far as to say vanilla in anything, you're winning. You put them together, it's like double winning. You're double winning. It's fantastic. It had to have been like phenomenal. I hate to be like super simplistic. My favorite mead of all time is tied between 2. One of them is this one right here. It's my blueberry mead, and it's almost identical to this recipe, except it's 3 pounds of blueberries, frozen, defrosted, brought to room temperature blueberries. And then my elderberry mead. Almost said Lingenorb, which is the mead that I like. Elderberry mead was phenomenal. I used dehydrated elderberries and rehydrated them. It's up. It's probably a few months ago now. Fantastic. A completely different taste. If you've never had elderberry, it's a little earthier. Like it's a little. I don't want to say thicker because I don't want to like turn you off, but it's a little like denser. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic mead. But blueberry, like, it's so easy. I love any of the berries, but, like, blueberry, I don't know why, has a little place in my heart. It's the first, blueberry recipe was the first mead that I really liked that I made where I was like, I want to drink this as opposed to, like, my trial and error batches before that. And then I did several different recipes of it to try to perfect it. This one is my favorite, though. Blueberry is just like, you can't go wrong. It's simplistic, it's cliche, fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Ginger orange. I just did, I'm trying to think. Every once in a while, my brain works a little bit faster than my mouth, or vice versa. My mouth works faster than my brain. This Maryland Mule Mead that came out last week has ginger in it. I don't want to give away surprises. I was stopping to think to catch myself. But I just did this one. This one is ginger, and it's fantastic. It's ginger, limes in the primary, and then I added in some whiskey in the bottling process because I make the rules here. That's why. Fantastic. If you've ever had a Maryland Mule, or any mule, like comes in the copper mug. If you go to like a regular bar, like you're not at a fancy place, you're not at like, you know, a crummy place, a regular bar, a mule would be like some ginger ale and usually some kind of alcohol. I think it's traditionally vodka, but like there's lots of different variations of it, and limes, and then usually like mint or something for, you know, just a little garnish. But this one is the Maryland Dry Whiskey, and ginger, fresh limes, and it's fantastic. And then I even made a little cocktail because it's really strong. It's a little stronger than I want it to be. So half ginger ale, half of that mead. Fantastic. I put a video up last Saturday. Go check it out. Key lime pie mead. Yeah, you need to jump all over the next suggestion videos. You have some really good ideas. I mean, this one, I used 1 pound of ginger before I slice it. So you lose a lot of that weight when you skin it, and then I cut it up. I would guess it was probably still like 2/3, 3/4 ish of a pound of fresh ginger that I sliced thinly. So like they got lots of surface area. And I think I had 6 limes, including the zest, like skin and all. And it turned out absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Really like shocked me. Some batches I really look forward to, and I'm like, I know this is going to be great, and it's great, and I'm like, that was great. Some of them are like, this one's going to be okay, and then I go, that was great. And it's like a bigger great because you didn't think it was going to be. It was that one. Fantastic. Woo! I mean, that's my favorite yeast of all time. I know, I know I'm in the minority there. EC1118 is typically considered a champagne yeast, really high alcohol level. It eats a lot of sugars, and it's also rapid. It's really fast reacting yeast. Um, I like it. I like it. Frozen fruit works better every single time. I would say the only exception is some of the stuff that's not heavy juice, like an apple. Apple, I've had far more success with just using juice instead of the actual apples. Um, but anything frozen is better. This has frozen strawberries in it. Frozen blueberries is my favorite batch of all time. Always freeze your fruit or buy frozen fruit. You'll get a much, much better color out of your mead, and you'll get a much better flavor. My opinion. My opinion. But it's right. Stout beer. To be honest with you, it's on my list. It's been on my list for a long time. I haven't started it. It's on my wish list to try. I haven't found like a great idea. Um, I usually just try stuff. I go, hey, that stuff should work, and then I just do it. Every single batch is an experiment. Some batches, though, like I'll research. Has this been done before? Because that will determine if I want to do it or not. Um, I've done some like beer flavored stuff. I've done some hop stuff. I've got one in the pipeline that's you're gonna love. It's not stout, but it's in the realm of what we're talking about. Um, that's coming out later, like December ish. But I don't know. I don't have a great answer to it. I don't have a great answer to it. Most of that's because I'm ignorant of a lot of the beer flavors. Stout would be my least favorite if I'm out drinking beer, which I don't do very often at all. I prefer like amber ales or something of that sort. I loved IPAs for a while, and now I can't stand them. I just weird. It's like I jumped on the bandwagon where they became popular, and then like when it ended, I jumped off the bandwagon. Um, I think I love to try new stuff though. So like the whole craft beer industry has my attention. I like to try new stuff, especially there's just a tremendous amount of like ciders and such coming out that are just amazing, and it's becoming a little bit like there's a lot less stereotypes than there used to be about stuff like that. Um, I just don't. Ask me again sometime. Ask me again sometime. I would love to like do a stout mead. I'm not intellectually prepared to do so though. I don't think so. Like maybe, like some people like swear up and down like the honey different, like the outcome flavors, and there's no denying that it absolutely makes a difference. I don't think it would like get anywhere close to like a stout though. I don't know. Yeah, cocoa nibs, coffee, dark caramelized, and hops. Yeah, that might be like the best idea, to be honest with you. That's actually a really good idea. I've done like almost all of those separately, and I agree with you. I think a combination, not even all of those, a combination, a couple of those together might get you really close. Mm-hmm. So I've done a couple like I love, it's called a bochet. When we caramelize the honey, it's called a bochet mead, um, which basically means you're heating the honey by itself first to a boiling point and beyond. In some cases, it's very dangerous until you know what you're doing. You have to learn the hard way. I'll tell you. I'll give you a heads up. You're probably not gonna listen to my advice though. You're gonna want a deep pot, a really deep pot. Think like I'm like steaming crabs pot, a deep pot. Um, if you start heating honey, it goes through a couple phases. The first one though is it foams. It turns into a foam and like triples its size. That's why you need a big pot. And then it will drop back down and actually liquefy. It'll be the same consistency as water. In that case, you have to continuously stir like you're making a fudge almost. It's incredibly thin, and it'll start to darken over time. And you can do it, as long as you want. But it splatters a little bit. You're gonna want a glove or a really long spoon as you're stirring, because that honey is no joke. When it's at its boiling point and a little speckle of it lands on your skin, you're not washing that off. You're burnt. You're burnt wherever it lands. You can scream. You can go try to wash it off. It's not going to help. It's sticky. It's already in you. It's part of you now. And now it's a scar. Just a heads up. I know you're not going to take my advice, but you get a fantastic mead. That's my story. The honey will continuously darken and darken and darken the longer you cook it, because it's caramelizing the honey inside of it, and it makes a completely different flavored mead by the end of it. But it's not fun. It's not a fun process. It hurts. Hello. Anyway, guys, we're hit 9:30. I'm going to start wrapping it up. I've got a few things I got to clean up tonight. And then I got to go beddy bye. I will be back Sunday morning, 7 a.m. at the very latest. Hopefully I can go live before that. Because Saturday I'm putting out a brand new mead. Beginning to end, shows you exactly how to do it. Every single Saturday to do that. The recipe will be absolutely free in the description. All you have to do is buy your own equipment and ingredients, and you can follow along, and you can alter it however you want. I would love to see somebody mimic one of my recipes and make it better. I go out of my way to try to make mead in the most simplistic fashion I can. I'm really trying to encourage people to get interested in this amazing and ancient hobby, and even more amazing community that I found myself a part of. So I skipped some of the more advanced steps that most mead makers do. For that reason, I also experiment. Every single batch is brand new to me. I don't replicate recipes, so every single one is brand new every single Saturday. I'm as surprised as you see me in the video, I promise. I don't try it before I record those things. It is absolutely my true reaction every time. Some of them are fails, so hopefully you can take those recipes and go, I know what he did wrong. Some of them are amazing, and hopefully you can take those and go, I think I can enhance that. That's my goal. But yeah, coming this Saturday, your Halloween mead. So Halloween parties will be taking place this Saturday. Hey, while I have your attention, be safe. Be responsible. If you go to a party, have a plan to get home, or stay where you are. That's it. Those are your only two options. I will not accept anything else. Stay safe, stay responsible. But also have a great time. I will show you a really awesome mead that you can make for next year. And maybe and slip in your cup as you're walking around trick-or-treating. Or going to a party. So stay tuned. And then I'll be back, like I said, live Sunday morning because I want to see what you thought of that. I want to see what you thought of the most amazing holiday Halloween mead that I've made all year. That's true. I haven't made a better Halloween mead all year. But I really want to know what you think about it, so stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. So, I think that's it. Come back every Saturday, brand new batch. And like I said, thank you so much for letting me be here. I really appreciate you guys. This is the highlight of my week. It's hump day. I have so much fun talking to you guys. I feel so lucky. I'm so humbled. Thank you so much. I will see you soon. If you need anything at all, shoot me a direct message. Hey, that's cool. Thank you. I wish I could just be like that the whole time. Shoot me a direct message. I answer 100% of the direct messages, so shoot me a direct message. I will answer it. And again, thank you so much for letting me be here. I'll see you next time. Let's go!